Alrighty, so the new Purgatory Meliodas is coming out on Tuesday for Global, and I wanted to go ahead and prep a gear set for him because I plan on using him probably quite a bit. He's pretty much on par with the old school, like year-old now, Trader Meliodas, who was like top of his class, like absolutely best character in the game whenever he released, and was the best character in the game, I would say, all the way up until maybe Escanor came out, and even then, he's still a really good character. So this new Meliodas is really, really good. I would obviously like for him to have a pretty good set for when he comes out. If you're wondering what set you should maybe build for the character, I honestly think that he's going to do really crazy numbers just like Escanor with an attack crit damage set. That being said, if you're planning on running him with the demon team, or you just want to try to go for as much CC as possible, because he does have a lot of like boosting parts of his like passive and everything where it basically just boosts damage dealt and not necessarily like a specific stat. His true magic part actually does boost attack related stats, so I guess it would just stack on top of whatever, but he's going to be doing some pretty crazy damage regardless. So I think that he's kind of in an either-or sort of character. Like you can really do whichever one you want depending on what you need or what sets you already have, because he does have the sort of damage reduction built into him, so it's not like you're going to get one shot first turn, at least not right now. I can only imagine with the power creep this game has, that who knows, maybe in a couple of character releases or a couple of festivals, maybe he'll be absolutely dunked on by whoever comes out. But either way, I personally, right now, if we look at my equipment, all of these top characters are these are like sets that I'm building, so that way when a new character comes out, I can just swap it off of that character onto whatever's new. These are just filler characters that I just build gear on, so don't worry about those. I don't have actual UR gear sets for all of these characters. Right now, I have an HP defense UR gear set for Assault Mode Meliodas. It's not specifically for him, but I keep it on him because I use his HP defense set whenever I use Assault Mode on the Demon team, or I did until Escanor came out. So I do have an HP defense set. I have an attack defense set, which was what I originally built whenever Lostbane came out. So I guess that one could technically be updated. I could probably swap it out to an attack crit damage set if I really wanted to, but I also have a UR attack crit damage set for Trader Meliodas as well, because I use him for a lot of PvE activities and stuff, so he normally is just on as much damage as you can possibly get him on. So I honestly think that I can probably just keep swapping this set over to the new Meli if I want to use him for PvE content, and I think I would really like to have a really nice set of HP defense gear, because the HP defense gear that I already have has some pretty good rolls on it. Like, these aren't bad or anything like that, but I still have these plus tickets from whenever we got compensation from Griamore, so I'm planning on using those to build me a set for the new Purgatory Meliodas. So let's go over to Red Demon Meli. We'll just remove his gear for now. This is just some filler crap that I've put on him just so that way he has an HP defense set for box CC. But we can go ahead and build a set here. I think you don't necessarily have to use these tickets like this, obviously. If you're going to try to go for like max CC for your box or whatever, you could probably just do either just the belts or the two lower pieces for 3 different characters, because if you don't know, these sets are going to have maxed out substat rolls, but the base stat roll, you'll actually have to re-roll that. It's not these aren't ultimate tickets like we got from the previous, like the Escanor Festival. We got SSR, we got rare and SR ticket, ultimate selection tickets or whatever, so it had maxed out base stat and maxed out substat. These are not the same. They have maxed out substats, but you still have to re-roll the base stat, so hopefully that wasn't too confusing. But either way, I'm just going to build a full HP defense set, so we're going to go HP for the belt, we're going to go HP for the orb or rune. I never really call it a rune, but we're going to go HP on the top pieces, because I personally try to build all of my gear the same way. I try to do whichever pieces are a 4 set, I try to do those as the top and bottom pieces, and then whatever is the subset, which costs 2, which is normally either defense or crit chance, or no, crit damage, sorry. I do those in the middle, so that way... Oh, I almost just built that for a ring, which would have been really bad. But Yeah, I try to do these in the middle pieces for all of my characters, just in case I need to remove, you know, the awakening or the UR engraving on some gear, which I think I've only done like one time. But even then, you know, as long as I make the gear like this, say I want to, you know, all of a sudden put him on an HP crit damage set, then I would be able to go over here to melee, or well, this, like I said, this is the really old gear set that I built, so these two are wrong now. Like, I don't build sets like that anymore. But if I go over here to these middle two pieces are crit damage pieces now, so I can just take these off of this melee, go back over here to the melee I was building, and then put them on here. So that way the pieces that I want to swap out can line up perfectly. I don't have to worry about having to just like swap a whole gear set over, or whatever the case may be. I don't know. It helps to keep everything as organized as you possibly can. So let's see what the damage is. Let's see how these base stats look. This one's pretty bad. What are we looking at over here? This one's also really bad. That one's about midway, which is still bad. This one's okay. Could be a little bit better. Normally with gear like this, I try to have it in like the 90th percentile normally. So like for earrings specifically, if the base stat is 135 or higher, normally I'll lock it and save it. But obviously this gear is way too good to pass up on because of all the substats, so I'm going to lock all of these regardless. But let's look at these attack pieces really quickly. Okay, this one's really good. Like, this one's only missing 8 stat, which is not worth like re-rolling. Like, it would take way too many anvils to try to actually get that most of the time. Like, obviously I could get lucky, but it would be kind of dumb for me to try to do that. So I guess basically I'm going to be trying to re-roll this base stat for all of these pieces of gear. This is 270. This is normally what I would try to keep it at. I might just keep it at that for right now and try to re-roll it a little bit more later, just depending on how many anvils I guess I end up with. I guess I'll keep it there for now, and then if I get through all of these pieces and I still have a really good amount of anvils that I'm willing to gamble with, I'll do it like that. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, if you still have these pieces or if you're planning on using them for the Purgatory Meliodas. I think it's probably a pretty good investment because there's so many melees in the game anyway. If you make a good HP defense set, you can always just swap that over to another Meliodas. So, I mean, I guess I have 4 different sets for melee at this point, which is kind of weird to think about, but he is a character that gets a lot of different units. Main character of the whole, you know, series itself, so he's pretty popular, so it's not really like it's any of these sets are going to waste. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys are planning on building. Let me know what you guys have seen from the gameplay that I've seen of the new melee. He looks like he's absolutely cracked. So I think HP defense on him to get like the 70k CC or whatever he can hit is pretty good. And then if I obviously need to, I already have a crit damage set built. So I think if you're missing one, like if you have a crit damage set but not an HP defense set, build the other one if you have the materials for it, of course. And then if you have an HP defense set and you don't have a crit damage or attack crit set, which you probably should if you have like Trader Melee, or I don't know, maybe you're newer to the game and you just don't have that many sets yet. Definitely build. It works really well to have both types of sets for melee, but. That being said, I'm pretty much done. I'm going to, you know, re-roll these base stats and everything. I'm not going to let you guys sit through that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.